Can you say something instead of just giving the whispering?
You said keep going. So
that's true. I did. I thought then you would go check or something, but God, this is already my favoriteest episode so far. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Thanks for coming to hang out for my birthday.
Of course.
Thanks everybody for coming to. Man, so we're using different headphones than normal because you know what? I already figured out it sounds good. I probably don't need them. We're using different headphones than normal. Shout out to the fan that got them. Shout out Barb. They're dinner at your place color too. That's a nice little touch.
Nice touch.
Had to use them because I don't think I've even told you this yet, but
not the actual story.
Yeah, man on the plane broke my headphones as I was watching District 9 on the flight home. So
a stranger.
Huge bummer. Total stranger. I know.
Not even part of the wedding party.
Nope. No. Just a random white old man coming back from his vacation in. I was gonna say Santorini, but it was Zurich. I just assumed based on the rest of the folks I saw traveling. It was not a lot outside of the wedding. I didn't see a lot of old people on the flights.
Yeah, they got that travel money.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we were just on the flight back. You know, it's deep into the flight. It's like 6 or 7 hours or whatever. And this dude is walking down the aisle. Thank you. The hallway. The hallway of the Sky class. He's just walking down the aisle, and all of a sudden I feel a yank back towards the way that he's walking. And, you know, like that headphone tug, like when you get jerked on a door when your headphones get caught, but just fucking way harder. Yeah. And I was like, Jesus Christ, that was awful. So I pulled my headphones out and saw that, you know, the jack was just fucked up. It was so bent. And I looked at it.
And he just kept going?
He just kept walking. Didn't turn around, didn't say anything. Wow. So I got up and said something to him when he went. I went back and said, "Sir, did you notice that you kicked my headphones?" And he said, "They were in the middle of the aisle. It was your fault." And I said, "No, they weren't. They were in my area. You came into my area." And
the plane's in the air.
Yeah.
This is a
sky fight. Yeah. It's a rumble in the clouds. Yeah. I was like, you came into my area and you wrapped your foot around the wires and you broke my headphones. And he then said, "No, I didn't. You need to watch where you put your things." And then he said, "You're attacking me." And I said, "I literally called you sir."
Yeah.
And he then started walking away. And I said, "Is this just how this conversation is going to end? You're just going to walk away like a child?"
Yeah.
And he continued to walk away.
He just did.
So I was just kind of standing there, and there were two flight attendants there. And one of the flight attendants was like, "I don't want to deal with this conversation at all." And the other one, kind of a bro, was looking at me like, "I have no idea what the fuck. Just that's crazy, dude. I'm so sorry." And he just went, "Do you want a beer?"
God.
And I said, "I want my fucking headphones fixed."
What were you watching?
District 9.
Oh, right.
We had about 35 minutes left. 40. It was like we were getting there. And you know, he kind of chuckled at that, and I was like, "Damn it! Like, this sucks." Okay, so I just go back to my seat, fuming at this point. Yeah. I gotta take a piss. Go up to the bathroom. Someone's in there. Opens the door. Who walks out? It's the guy busting my headphones. So I went, "Oh, look, it's my favorite friend on the flight." And then he just kind of like puffs up and stands there all big and stuff. Mm-hmm. Just blocking the bathroom door. And so I started going, "Move, get out of my way. I need to pee." And I started trying to push him aside on his shoulder. Yeah. And when I was trying to squeeze by, you know, the plane squeeze.
Yeah.
I was doing that. He went, "Get your hands off of me right now." I went, You're blocking the bathroom and I need to piss. If you want me to piss on you, I'm going to piss on you.
God.
And then he walked away. And I closed the door and I went, you break my things, old man, I'm going to break you. Mumbled that one. That would have
The rest of the flight, you're mine.
Yeah, I was going to say that would have escalated Sky Fight. And I wanted so bad one more as we were getting off. I wanted to catch him and be like, hey, did you break anyone else's things on that flight? But I'd already stirred enough pots on this.
Yeah. On this trip.
And I got enough steam off in my I'm going to piss on you.
Yeah. They'll usually do it.
Yeah, right. So that's why we had to sound check with the other headphones again. Shout out Barb, you're the best. And also shout out to a wonderful fan who named Rosemary. I was gonna say the handle instead, but then it's a full first name anyway. Okay, I'm not saying it's Rosemary at this address. They sent me a super cool message after the Mary Spadaro episode. I don't know if you saw that, but it was just super honest and
I did see that.
Yeah. So that was just like I've listened to every episode. This one though, like really got me, and I really appreciated that. So if I know you're listening to this one because it's been all of them. So what's up? How are you, homie? What's good? That's awesome. Thanks for that message. It really meant a lot to me. And this, like I said, 30 seconds in was already one of my favorites because it's not going to be a normal one. It's my birthday. I just got back from Greece, celebrating that, and I have the snowcat here. I very much want to just be like, hey, don't spook him. Just let him come out a little bit. If you've gone back and listened, I've talked about him before. This is my best friend of 19 years and counting. He is the person I love picking their brain the most. He picks my brain the most. We just have a great rapport. So just have him in the chair of truth means the world to me, even if there's no meal involved and if it's just a midnight snack. But
we did just have a very good sandwich.
We did have a really good sandwich. That was awesome. But buddy, thank you. But the sandwich, we just kind of like, I feel like we're good at that though.
Yeah.
We have no meal plan and then we just kind of go, what about this? And then we go with that. And then the big problem today was the wet, as we were referring to it, the sauce.
It is also very wet out.
Bring that in a little bit for me, buddy.
It's also very wet.
It was very wet. The sandwich, though, again, great. What's crazy is it will pick up. Was the I feel like, what do you think about this trio as the golden child of any sandwich base? A chicken cutlet, lettuce, and tomato.
And just building off of that.
And building off of that. Those three, I think, are the...
Yeah, you can do a lot of impressive stuff with those three.
Exactly, and you could just add so many extra flavors to it, so many different... So we did the CLT, and then we added, what was it, avocado... We did, the hots, those peppers, those were really great. Mm-hmm. We added turkey, a couple slices of turkey.
Garlic aioli.
And then the garlic aioli. That was the wet that we decided on, and it was, as you know, my apprehension to mayo. And then I went and I was just like, all right, you know what? I'm going to grab some, and if you put it on, and not a lot, and I just don't see you do it, that would be fine. Like, I can deal with that. That's cool. And of course you're like, no, dude, just don't get mayo. And went back down the aisle, came back with the garlic aioli, and the first thing you went was, not mayo. Yeah, it's just fancy mayo.
Yeah,
that's all. It's mayo with
in disguise.
It's mayo, and then they add oil and some other bullshit, right? And that's how you get to an aioli.
To be honest, I think I think it's just mayonnaise, and then they added maybe it is a little thinner though.
Yeah, it's not as you know, it's But it's not like a dressing either though. It is a nice texture. I can deal with that for sure. Also, I feel like Cameron's was the first time I realized the deli, for people who know or don't know, the deli where the Snowcat and I grew up. I feel like that was the first place that I realized you could put deli meats on a sandwich as an extra thing to like a chicken cutlet.
Yeah.
You know,
it doesn't
normally
have to just be chicken cutlet.
It doesn't have to just be chicken cutlet, or it doesn't have to just be a turkey sandwich with lettuce and tomato and whatever. You can combine the two.
You can put a chicken cutlet on an egg sandwich.
Really?
Mind blown.
Have you done that before?
Yeah.
Have you walked into a bodega and been like, let me get...
Someplace it's like a thing.
Really? Yeah. I think I've done this one with you before. Egg salad, chicken salad, tuna salad. Fuck, kill, marry. Maybe you do need to eat the mic a little bit. Bring it in more. Dude, the thing you did before is you were joking when you were like, hello, do that. Yeah. It's just us, dude.
Fuck, kill, marry, egg salad, chicken salad, tuna salad. You know, I guess I'd have to kill tuna salad, even though it's I don't hate tuna salad, but
yeah, that's mine too. The tuna casserole that was requested by Laura as a pet, like that's the one that I had to power through. I mean, and I love Laura. She's one of my absolute favorite people in the world, and that was the first time where I was like, huh, this love language that you have for people where you want to cook for them to show that you care, they might request something that makes you want to throw up. This is an interesting thing to grapple with.
Yeah.
And I powered through, but I was texting you, I was texting my mom. I was texting so many people just like, I'm gonna die. This warm fish smell is killing me.
Like the tuna melt. I can't have the cheese, but
yeah, that's
the whole concept of like grilling a tuna salad sandwiches.
See, but a grilled tuna steak isn't weird. It's when you add the other stuff and it just kind of looks like cat food. Yeah. A tuna salad. Yeah. But I would see. All right, so I'm marrying chicken salad. That's easy.
Yeah, I think that's, I often crave a chicken salad.
Absolutely. I was doing it for lunch.
It's a very gentle meal.
When I was working at Phelan, every day for lunch I would get chicken salad sandwich, a banana, and some Snapple, and like that was...
I feel like it has the most variety too.
Absolutely. And also another thing with all of these salads for sure, you can season them. You can make like Mediterranean or like seafood salad or, with different season, like, make a just straight spicy one. It's another good base that if you just have a cabinet of seasonings, you just kind of throw shit at it, and then you have a flavor that is way more enhanced than just mayo, chicken, and celery.
Yeah.
But again, in that same, right, it's kind of that CLT, that you have that base of stuff, and then you just go out from there.
How do you feel about like a cranberry or like an apple or something in a chicken salad?
My mom would always get the cranberry walnut chicken salad from ShopRite as the thing to have on tap. And I don't not like it. I think I just prefer a regular rotisserie chicken salad sandwich. Yes. That's what I can marry, come home to every night.
Come to.
Yeah, you got me on that one. Yo, pause. That's what I can come home to for 40 years, just hang out with every night. That's a perfect sandwich right there. The egg salad, I'm gonna kill that one, because again, though, despite the fact that the tuna casserole made me feel weird, and the warm fish, I still every now and again, and I think this is the point of fuck, kill, marry, I do kind of fuck with a tuna melt.
That's interesting.
Every now and again, I don't know why. It just is. I've had a handful in my life that have really hit hard, and every time I've had to get over that hump, or like a bite, because my mom likes tuna melts, or like somebody else has gotten it, had a bite and been like, this isn't that bad. But also, when will tuna melts be available, but not a chicken salad melt? In what world, you know?
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. And egg salad just kind of weirds me. I guess, I don't know. I guess
Well,
mayo
what I
is-
like about egg salad is its availability, you know, as like a fuck
okay.
category. You know, it's like,
So
I always
it's-
have eggs.
It's more of
It's
a...
like if I need an egg salad, I can make it happen pretty much every time. You
It's
know?
like a consistent fuck buddy instead of the grimy tuna that you go to
like I'm not gonna like then have
once
to
in
go-
your life
yeah,
or
it's
twice,
like,
and you're
if
like,
I was gonna make a tuna salad, I would have to like really plan that out.
So you're saying the consistency though? I just feel like egg salad. You got to eat that cold and quick. Because warm egg, also, you know, again in this.
Yeah, give me a little ice bath.
Why is it though that chicken
But
of these three is the only one that doesn't weird me out warm?
It doesn't weird you out
Or
more? But you like the tuna melt.
that's what I'm saying. Excuse me. It doesn't weird me out. Oh, fuck. What am I? Oh god. Now I'm confusing myself. Okay. I'm thinking. I guess what I pictured when you said availability is that you would have an egg salad sandwich. Say it's like lunch or whatever. You have a couple bites, you go back to work. It's 2:30 now or whatever. You didn't put the egg salad sandwich away. Of the three, I feel the least comfortable going back to that egg salad sandwich after it's been sitting out for a couple of hours to be like, yes, this is available and convenient. I will have a bite of this.
Interesting lens to. I mean, I was talking about more about like I can just make it because I always have eggs and mayonnaise.
Okay.
Like I just always have the ingredients to make one exist.
That's sure.
As a, you know, it's like I need something to eat, and it's like I can make an egg salad.
Okay,
But
got it.
as far as, you know, I'm kind of gross about that stuff. Like I'd eat it.
You do have an iron. It's very funny that you're allergic to dairy, and yet I have seen you eat some wild stuff.
In college, we had these roommates that would, you know, they had some people over and they'd order wings over, you know, and then everyone would like fall asleep in the living room.
Yeah.
And then there'd just be like chicken wings out, like they've been like left out all night, and, like on the coffee table. And, like they're all like sleeping, like passed out on the couch, and I'd like go in and eat all their chicken wings.
Chicken wing gremlin coming through.
It's like, oh, these have been out for 8 hours. And,
Give me the honey mussy. Dude, I think my biggest holy shit, I can't believe I just watched him eat that was when 8th grade in the lunchroom you collected everyone's wasabi from the sushi that we got. You know, we walked out or whatever. Were they? Oh my god, were they? They must have been selling sushi because it was only 8th grade.
I was about to say, I feel like this is gonna really.
Yeah, no, I mean, we came from a great area.
Yeah.
It's not. I think I've been pretty open about the. You know,
Yeah.
we came from a great area, but I do think we were also both middle to upper middle.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
There were definitely other.
The ceiling was a lot higher there.
The ceiling was so much higher. I remember a lot of higher ceilings, and dude, there were times in my childhood where I do kind of remember. Like, things got easier, for sure, and less tense. And, like, well, it was still tense for other reasons, as you know, but I remember a lot of, like, dude, I've definitely talked about it before here on here, but the best example I can give is if you look at the pictures of the house when they had just moved into it and, you know, had Meg a couple years later, and even the, you know, photos where I come in and then in 94, it's a young couple just having their first house. And in that area, you know, it's a bare bones, you know, it kind of looks like there's like one couch, one random wooden chair in a spot, you know, a lot of floor space. And then if you think now, though, to the memories of 38 Quincy Court, refinished basement, you know, nice furniture, and still the humble 2-floor townhouse. But for as much tension that was built from Pete working so much, being gone, then Saturdays and Sundays even working in that finished basement, he definitely rose up because he was like, I need to provide some more.
Yeah.
And that definitely reflected in the way that...
Yeah, the way the whole house...
Yeah,
everything.
and his love language, I think, for sure, is financial providing. He's getting way better with my love language. But the best way that he can show his care is like, I got this round dinner. Let me help you with, you're strapped. You need X amount to get through this. Here you go. And he's told me a couple stories because, when he was younger, trying to get through college or whatever, a young dude married to my mom, he got a couple interest-free loans, and he always remembered that. So it was just hearing these stories now too, and you grow up. We were talking about this last night. It's just cool to be like, oh my God, I kind of like understand you as a human now a little bit more, instead of just like dad who's mad.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that was cool. And again, seeing him in Greece, it was. I told you about the topography with the stairs. It was brutal.
Yeah.
And people who have listened to the mom episode, the Susan episode, know that she's got tough body stuff. Eyes, hips, knees, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. She was walking down these steps in Greece to get to Meg's villa, to get to the reveal, her like the first look. And I'm holding her hand. I'm like, here's the step, God damn it, please don't fall. If you fall and I don't catch you, I'm going to feel like the worst son ever. And then if you fall and take me with you, I'm going to think you're the worst mom ever. So we're just dealing with that.
High stakes moment.
Yeah, exactly. And a while back, Meg too, 3 months ago or something, Meg had asked, do you want to be there for like a first reveal? Do you want a first look privately? Come over, hang out, have a drink or whatever beforehand. And, in the comic, I was like, I'm your brother. I'm not marrying you. Why do I need a first reveal? Why do I need a first look? Yeah. And I, stuck to that energy, even walking down the steps with my mom. I forget who, I think maybe it even was the groom's mom who asked. She was like, oh, Danny, you're here? It's nice to see you, but like, what are you? Oh, that's nice. And, it's like, yeah, I don't know why I'm getting a first look. I'm the brother. Who cares, right? Like, in my brain, I'm like, I'm not going to fuck her. I don't need to pocket this moment for later.
Yeah.
But she had her great friend Elisa was there, kind of running the event, like event manager, playing that kind of zone defense. Like, I'd be here, I'm there. What bag do you need, Meg? And she said, okay, Sue and Danny, you're up next. Meg's in there.
So there's like a line. That's like, this works as like,
it was
like she like takes meetings like a,
well,
like
it was only a
Dawn.
couple of people that there were some of her friends that were hanging out, who's, her like closest college friends were there. The girls that they didn't do real like bridal and groom parties. It was, because it was so far away, it was non-traditional, like that kind of deal. So a couple people saw her while she was getting ready and helped her that way. I can't remember all. I know my mom walked in together to see her, and then my dad saw her. That might have been it though. And then she walked out to see Joe. But yeah, Lisa was saying, she's just right through here. You just walk through the room, open up those double doors into the kitchen, and there she is. And I was like, all right, I've seen Meg 1,000 times before. That's a massive understatement, as I'm now saying that. I've seen Meg 1,000,000 times before.
Yeah.
And, mom and I again, I'm arm around her because I'm also like, how slippery is this fucking floor? What are we? Doors fly open. Meg's standing there with her friend Gabby holding the cape out behind her, and all of that little brother energy of like, why do I need to see you? I don't. You're my big sister. Whatever. I'll see you at the wedding. I saw her in that moment. She's just standing there smiling with this bold red lipstick, this cape flowing behind her, looking absolutely stunning, and I just immediately lost 2 or 3 tears. I didn't start like, oh my god, Maggie.
Yeah,
I was just like, Megan, you are beautiful. And I'm so happy that I ended up having that moment. You know, that was such a good one.
Yeah, it was just
and I got to hold the
immediate
cape.
family, and like to have a private pre-ceremony moment to appreciate it.
Yeah, and you know, the 3 of us were always hanging out all the time, so it was great to have again that moment of like, god damn, Meg, you grew the fuck up. Like, this is crazy. And I got to hold her cape.
Yeah.
For her reveal with Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because after that, you know, Gabby, her friend, is in. I don't know how long she's been holding this cape for. She's just been standing there, you know. Yeah. And I went, Gabby, you know, if you have to, you know, do anything, I can totally hold the. And she like barely let me finish the sentence. And goes, I have to pee so bad. Thank you, Danny.
I love a accessory that has a human attached. Like it's like it requires like human labor.
It's the modern version of the pharaoh being carried. Yeah. So she runs off, and my dad walks in. My mom and I are still there, and he also dropped. He's just like, oh, my daughter. Nice moment there. And then it's time for Meg to see Joe, like the first reveal, that the thing that we're actually there for.
So what was that? Was that like Joe was in a room?
Joe was then outside on their terrace. It was a really nice.
Was there other people out there, or was it like?
Yeah, it was
like Joe, and he's like, my beautiful to-be wife, and oh, hey, Danny.
Well, someone's got to hold the cape.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be my beautiful wife. Hey, Gabby.
Yeah, exactly.
My beautiful wife. Hey, Sue. Definitely not Sue, actually, because it's going to be tough. So it's going to be somebody. And Gabby, I never found, you know, it was only a couple minutes after she had to go bathroom or, you know, grab some food or whatever, is when Elisa comes running back and says, it's time. Joe's out there. So it's Joe by himself, but then it was, again, close family and friends off to the sides, because then there's camera people.
Right. It's like
that in frame it's just Joe, but they let some people in on the moment.
Yeah.
And it was another really cool moment that I got to have where right before those doors open, I'm holding Meg's cape, her, and it's just Elisa, who's been, you know, like a lot of Meg's friends have become big sisters, and she's been one of the best, who has just always kind of looked out, been sweet, all that kind of. So it's the 3 of us just kind of standing there, and she was like, Elisa was like, oh god, I'm gonna cry right now. It's like, I think me too. This is crazy that we're doing this right now. Like, I can't believe it's come to this.
Yeah.
Like, we've just grown up. Like, the doors fly open, and, you know, Joe turns around and, of course, says their pet name for each other, Beba. You know, like, oh, Beba. Like, and, you know, he took a couple seconds, though, of stunned silence, and then was like, I gotta say something. Oh, here we go. That was really cool. And I am gonna definitely express myself to Meg more about this, but they wrote a nice little card as part of the wedding gift.
Mm-hmm.
Wedding, not gift that you get, but just like a thanks for coming. Here's tons of disposable photos that we printed out, and, you know, a little card, top half from one of us, bottom half from the other. And in Meg's note to me, part of it said, I know that this probably wasn't the place you'd pick for me to get married. Which is true, but, and I've said this before, but I certainly would need to say it again and will privately to her in my letter. I could have at moments expressed it more maturely with a less comical approach. Because while that's fun for a little bit, at some point it does come off as ribbing and, whatever. Are you even...
Yeah, on top of the wedding plan and
right.
stress.
Right. So, yes, Megan, you are correct. I would not have picked that. But why I look up to you so much is because you pick your own destination and get there regardless of who says you should not go.
It's very sweet.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
She deserves it. I wish my speech at the wedding had gone better. How, like, that 4-sentence thing I just came up with in the spot went.
I'm surprised you wrote anything. You just didn't like.
I probably should have
vibe
done.
it.
I probably should just up there. Yes.
It's like-
What's up?
Yeah.
I probably maybe should have taken it a little. Yeah, you know I'm most comfortable with notes and the leash to run off script a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured in this setting, structure is more important than structure and content versus, on the spot, in the moment stuff.
Yeah.
So I tried my best to be off book and got there, glanced at my phone, said the first couple things and was ready to go to the pocket. Did that, looked at Meg and Joe at their couple table and just was like, oh no, you need the phone. Get that back out right now. And then I was going to the phone and then just would look to my right, glance over their couple table in the middle and look to my left, just because if I looked at them, and I said it at one point, I was like, I've been doing stand-up for almost 10 years. That has not helped me in this moment at all. I am so nervous right now.
It's a completely different
Yeah, and that's what
thing.
A lot of people, who saw me spiraling a little bit afterwards pulled me from the brink. It was a good crew came over to my smoking corner. And they're like, what's going on? I was like, I fucked that up so bad. Meg and Joe deserved such a better speech. And they were like, dude, it's a speech. It's not a gig. This is a wedding. What are you freaking out about?
Yeah.
People thought it was great. They were smiling the whole time. That's what matters most. And I kept being like, I know that this is selfish, but like that's how my brain works. Like I just wanted to give them something better than perfect. I wanted to deliver, and I just feel like I fell short. And they were like, we get it. You did fine though, man. Like, don't.
I think the bar for a wedding speech is a lot lower than people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think like even like a month, 2 months out from a wedding, people are just going to remember if it was good or noticeably bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, I remember his speech. It was like really nice.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything, but it was nice. But,
versus the other end of the spectrum.
They're
Where
like, wow, that was horrible. I can't believe he said that.
He said he wanted to fuck the bride. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Definitely would have been poor taste at that wedding.
That's sort of, that was in the speech. It was, a lot of people were asking me, and I've used this one on stage too. I just figured add it because it's fun. A lot of people have asked, why is this the destination? And I've told everyone the same answer. I don't know. I'm not the one marrying her. And if I was, you'd have other questions. So yeah, at the end of the day, everyone who was like, why are we going to Grace? It's like, that's the best question. Sure, Irish and Scottish, and they're, Italian, but let them do that. Yeah, you're right, though. I didn't, definitely nothing crossed a line or weird references, I heard one family member trying hey, don't worry, this speech was great. We had one where this person compared themselves to a prophet and how they were the chosen one of the family. So you didn't do that, pal.
Exactly. It's like, you just have to not be terrible.
Yeah, that's a good point. Really, the only bomb out of wedding speech is talking too fast and racial slurs.
There's probably a few more, but those are definitely
those are the two big ones that I can think of. All right. I'm going to go back to the question you asked me before. Do you want to pose it yourself, or do you want me to just keep using you as a soundboard?
Yeah, let's hit the soundboard. That's
all right.
No, I was wondering what it would look like for you to sell out. What would selling out look like for you?
There were a couple things this was asked of me in Target, and I was like, oh, jeez, can I hit the pause button on that one for a second? Can I answer that later? I think the first thing that came to mind was, if this ever goes well and more Rosemarys get on board and, clubs, whatever comes, but shows go well, I never want those ticket prices to be more than $40 or $50. I don't care where it is. I don't care how many people that place holds. Dude, this is a mic and speakers. This is not a production. It's not lights. It's not, crazy fucking pyrotechnics. It's not Lady Gaga descending from this. And that shit's dope, but that's not what this is.
Yeah, you don't see that in your future, the
the rising from the stage.
Yeah.
No, dude. Never.
Aerial entrance.
Never. No. So that definitely, because also what I love about comedy is that, these bar shows and, even clubs now, I'm working at now is host, getting some feature work, whatever. The tickets are reasonably priced, and it's for people they don't know, but they still come, sometimes people come up after you and say, I had a really shitty week or a really shitty month, and you talking about that and making me laugh, I really related to it, or whatever. You continue to price out real people if your tickets go up and up to make your own wallet fatter. So again, selling out in a big way for me would just be literally selling out at a price point that is only for people that just say they saw me when it was going well, instead of, yeah, we fucked with that guy when this is 6 months into this podcast and he had no idea how to work sound and the audio was clipping. And I think selling out also, I was trying to think of one food related because gonna stop smoking so much this year. I mean, I also have been feeling crappy.
It's a birthday.
I've been feeling crappy from all the plane rides and stuff, and that we definitely in Europe. We're Europe scum, where me and a couple cousins. One of my dude, he's also he's my godfather too, which is supposed to be like in the Christian tradition, Catholic faith. That's your guidance, your person. If anything happens to your parents, your godfather or godmother, God, one of your godparents, they will look after you. They will make sure that you find your way in this world. And my godfather was coming up to me at the rehearsal dinner saying, Danny, I just paid the bartender €20 for 3 cigarettes. Go hide them. We can smoke them later. Yeah, I mean, it was
a lot of that.
Yeah, and also, dude, I smoked the best. It's never going to get any better. I smoked the best cigarette I'll ever smoke in my life, which was on a dock in Santorini with him. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. Just catching up about everything. Him, me, life, this, that. Important, not important. What am I going to... What am I gonna do? I'm gonna keep grinding up tobacco in my weed bowls and be like, this is as special as it was that day in Greece. So I just gotta fucking.
You peaked with your cigarette smoking.
Yeah, Jesus. Fuck. How did I get there? Oh, Godfather. Shit. How did I get there? Hang on. I'm gonna pause and figure out why I got distracted. Hang on. Oh, wait. Selling out, food related.
Oh, yeah.
No, I gotta pause. Hang on.
I don't think you got any further than that, though.
Yeah, you were right. I just had said, I want to think of one food related, coughed, and then realized.
Just lift your body with the cough.
You can't be who you once were, Danny. You gotta grow up sometime. I was trying to think of one food related, and that one was a little trickier, and I don't know if I've landed on one. Do you think... I think... okay. If this podcast goes well. Ready? Oh, boom, here it is. If this goes well and people, start approaching for ads or whatever, which has happened. And I do want to say that I'm keeping this for now, no ads. Because I think that would be dumb. And why it just breaks up the conversation that people have told me it feels like they're in the room for the conversation. It's almost like they're having dinner with us. Fuck that. I don't want to... That, and also they're weird ads. But there was one that... It was
no free advertisement, Danny.
I'm not going to say... No, I'm not going to say... It was a sex toy company.
Okay.
And I looked up their mission and stuff. Not the big, it was a smaller one. Not the big one that you're thinking of from the...
I'm not thinking of any of them.
Oh, yeah. It was okay. the Catholic one. Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
It wasn't them. It was a smaller one. But I looked them up. And it was sustainable, like women run. And it was just like a cool business in general. So even though they pitched me for an ad, I was going to hit them back and say, hey, can I just sit down with the owner of the company instead and do an episode with them? That seems more up my alley.
Yeah.
And they were too far away, unfortunately. I couldn't make it work. But so what I landed on, though.
Do you want to hit it with a Steve? Because now I want to know.
I don't. It was, I'll tell you the country of origin after.
Okay.
But I'm pointing in a direction for you to,
yes.
yeah,
yes.
just, yeah. the one that's close but still too far to justify driving with podcast gear because you need a passport and it's cold. But selling out for this area of creativity, the podcast, I think would be if it does go well enough one day and there are ads that I think are actually cool companies or whatever. The meal kit companies, if they pitch to me, I think they're cool. But I also have always preached from the start, and I'm such a firm believer in make your own stuff, create your own recipe. So, like, I don't think I would advertise them and take their money and be like, guys, this is awesome. I think it's a cool starting point in a way, you know?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, my only thought would be that for people who don't cook a lot of their own meals, some of those I think could be good, like gateway cooking. Like,
here's the thing, though. Not to cut you off, that's a great point, but they're so expensive.
Yeah, I've never even looked into.
You
this.
pay for
I feel
the.
Like they try and make it sound like it's $3 a meal or something, but whatever.
It's not. You pay for the convenience of everything being delivered to you and the recipe
sense.
being, just everything's really also kind of done for you. You just kind of combine a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if there's a garlic butter, to go with a steak, like they'll do the garlic butter for you and then just lump it together. But part of the fun is figuring out the texture you like,
Yeah.
Do you want, that harder classic plastic butter container where that you peel off from a diner and you scoop it out of that, and you plop it on? Or you want that like soft, velvety, whipped kind of, and that's fun. It's part of the process. So I think it's cool. It can be, like you said, the intro to cooking. But the price point, again, how I was saying before, it prices out people who are interested or maybe real fans. Not everyone can get to that level of having that meal kit delivery service, So I think, again, this isn't me being like, fuck those companies, I would never advertise for them. It's cool. It just doesn't fit with that mission of, I don't want to price people out.
Yeah.
That's so ugh.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of what I said sounded somewhat coherent, and so to end it with that sound and is really a tough conclusion. But I think if people,
I think the true sellout for you then is a dinner at your place meal kit.
oh dude, oh my god, it's like that's the plot of Ratatouille, which is one of my favorite movies. And yeah, you're fucking right, man.
Yeah.
Everyone can cook. Not everyone is a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. And Buddy's crying because Ratatouille's his favorite movie, and it's so. Yeah, dude, he's weird. It's gonna pick up too, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Him in the background.
Going, interesting sound. Yeah.
All right. You want to guess how long we did?
40 minutes.
Pretty close. We did 50.
Okay.
I promised you that we would only do about 20 or 25, but I also kind of thought that this would happen.
Yeah. Let's get going.
Do you feel okay about this? Is it okay going out? Because remember, I did make you the deal. I said I won't put a name or anything, and then if you hated this, I can cut. I just won't put it out, and I can cut this part.
This part we probably should. Like, does this suck? I don't know.
You are
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Okay.
And I was just going to tell you that you have always been a Christ. I might have to cut right now.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for listening. Jesus, I'm still emotional from all the family stuff. Fuck! 29. Oh my God, Danny. 29 has started very cool. It will only get better. This pod has only been a year old. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks to Snowcat.